million animals injured every year.
It's just a huge number. So how do we keep them safe, and what should you do when you find an injured animal? Well, Greg Irons from the Bonorong Wildlife Sanctuary joins us now from Brighton in Tasmania. Good morning to you, Greg, and friend. Who have you got?
This is my little friend Phoenix, and good morning and seasonal wishes to you all. So this is little Phoenix, who is an orphan Tassie Devil whose mum was actually hit by a car. So you know, the direct result of exactly what you're talking about. She was just very lucky someone stopped and checked the pouch and she was given a second chance.
And you know what? I remember driving in Tasmania. There is so much road kill and injured wildlife on the side of the road, particularly in Tasmania, I think, because you seem to have so much wildlife there. So let's just ask some advice then. I mean, what should people do if they hit an animal in their car?
Yeah, look, absolutely. And the roadkill in Tassie is a big issue, and I'm glad you mentioned it. We're not terrible drivers, I promise. We just have a lot of wildlife here. Look, I think the first step for anyone is to make sure if it's safe to stop, that we do stop. I think it's astonishing how many calls we get for animals where it's not the person who hit the animal that actually stopped to call us, and that's really sad. I think, you know, stopping to check first is really important, and there are so many fantastic rescue groups around Australia, and if we can just give them a call and basically take their advice before we proceed to take an animal home or handle it the wrong way or feed it the wrong things, I think that's really important. But also for something like this little one here, or any orphan we find, if you just imagine a pillowcase and a beanie makes a perfect makeshift pouch. So if you are going on a good journey, just taking a pillowcase and a beanie with you can mean you have somewhere nice and safe for a little orphan like Phoenix here to go.
Just particularly when driving in the outback, so roos can be a real issue, especially at dusk and at dawn as well. Should you be slowing down, or is that bad advice? Like, I mean, how much do you actually moderate your own driving behaviour, Greg, to try and deal with the threat of animals?
Absolutely wonderful. I'm glad you asked. Look, absolutely, our behaviour is absolutely the first step. I mean, as we teach to both adults and to kids at school, you know, prevention's much better than cure. So driving a little slower at night time is well shown to be the #1 way to reduce hitting animals. It doesn't have to be a lot slower, you know, just going 20 k's an hour slower between dusk and dawn, not just for the animal's safety, but your own safety, of course, as well. And, you know, I think if we can take one more thing as well, is maybe planning the time of our drive. That's what we really encourage in Tassie, is rather than planning to do a long drive as soon as these animals all wake up, just arrange that schedule carefully so you're nicely tucked up, hopefully around a campfire somewhere while the animals are emerging, rather than driving between point A and point B. And, you know, just awareness. If there's a lot of green grass on the side of the road, that's going to attract some animals, not so much this little one, but will attract some animals. And of course, for our carnivores, particularly in Tassie, if we leave roadkill on the roads, then these little ones, we found the mic. You just always want to be famous, don't we? Oh dear, she's actually got it properly this time too. 1 second there. There we go. This is why live crosses to animals always works well, doesn't it? Fantastic. Absolutely. I'm going to grab something that isn't so nibbly now once we pop this back on.
Greg, I can tell that I'm dealing with a complete professional there. Look at how you handed off that one. And what have we got now? A little wombat?
Yeah, look, this is another little roadkill victim, unfortunately. So this little one, his mum was hit by a car as well, and once again, very luckily someone stopped and checked the pouch. So look, both this little guy here, who's Lenny is his name, or Leonard for whole, Leonard and Phoenix, both of them were actually pinkies, so they had no fur whatsoever when they were found. But, you know, just a great example of what we mentioned. You know, the people who hit the animals, it was an accident. It's going to happen from time to time. They stopped immediately, they checked the pouch immediately, and while they both arrived very late at night, these ones, just that difference between getting into a humidity crib and nice and warm, getting fed the right things in the right way straight away, you know, that's been the difference between these ones surviving and not surviving. So, you know, really proud of the people who stopped to check, and a great message there.
So how old is Lenny?
Lenny would be coming up to about a year of age. They take ages to raise, wombats. So, I mean, look, when he's fully grown, we'll be looking at about 40 kilos and about 1 metre in length. So he's very much still a youngster at the moment, but being the longest lived marsupial in the world, so really 25 years is possible with a bit of luck. They take a long time to reach full size, and we're looking at about 2 to 2.5 years of care before he can go back to the wild. So it's a very long journey, but have a look at that face. We'll take as long as we need to. Have a look at him.
Oh, you're never going to let him go. I would never let Lenny go if I got close to him. He's adorable.
Oh,
So, I know,
Well, let me tell you,
I'm joking. I know that it's very important to put them back into the wild.
Oh, no, it's more... Yeah, this species of wombat, when they become mature and reach age, they actually start to attack you. Okay, so they headbutt you, they bite you, they claw you, and while we're deeply in love now, I just cannot wait to kick him out the door at that stage. So we describe it as being a teenager, although not me, I was a perfect teenager, so Mum never wanted me out the house.
I'm sure, Greg, I can tell that you would have been a perfect teenager and never caused any trouble to your parents. But just, you know, you are actually able to really rehabilitate these animals, aren't you? Even if they get to you as pinkies with the right love and care. So it does go to show that it really is always worth stopping and checking and just really looking after our native wildlife as much as we can.
Yeah, that's right. And look, I think while we see these amazing success stories like these ones here, and you know what a great result to have marsupials, we get this incredible opportunity no one else in the world does. And you know, you think about a mammal with young that gets hit somewhere else in the world, and no one knows where the babies are. So they're going to go very slowly and painfully. It's a hideous way to go. But you know, I think the other really important message is even if an animal is really badly injured, you know, to a point of maybe needing a different sort of assistance, it's really important that we don't just leave them there. They can survive for days and days and days. And so, you know, it's just about having a bit of care. You know, if we do have a little incident, number one, prevent it. And if we do have a little incident, let's do the very best we can to ease the suffering or see if at least we can save a life. It's a really simple thing to do. And, you know, as Australians, we are fantastic at looking after each other. And, you know, I think while we've got a little bit to learn with our wildlife, I think it's in all of us if we just follow those right steps and get help when we need it.
I think Lenny might be in love, Greg.
Lenny's about to start eating my chin because he hasn't had his morning bottle yet. So the truth is he's just searching for milk.
Like all good babies, they're just completely transactional. Look, it's lovely to speak with you. Thank you so much for that, and thanks for sharing baby Phoenix. Was Phoenix just hungry, or does he particularly like microphones?
Oh, Phoenix just chews anything. Devils are really playful. People think they're going to be sort of these ferocious little creatures, but they're actually very shy, and when you hand raise them, they are absolute menaces. You didn't see the other one attached to my leg just a moment ago, just playing, and of course they take off with phones from your pocket and your wallet suddenly disappears, and absolute menaces to society. So I thought she was actually quite well behaved for a little while there, but she palmed her off very quickly for this one instead. You've got to know when to handball.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Greg, it's lovely to speak with you from Bonorong Wildlife Sanctuary, and best of luck to those little ones.
Thanks so much. Happy New Year to you all.
Happy New Year to you too. Oh, so adorable. I didn't know that wombats got so sort of cross as they got older
aggressive.
and grumpy.
I didn't know devils were playful and fun.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So much to